It's not the world that is like the problem. But our relationship to it, how we relate to it. And the world is our three-dimensional reality. It's unavoidable. We are three-dimensional beings, beings having a three-dimensional experience. So it's unavoidable whether the world extends only to our immediate environment, this room, this space, this body, and so on, or whether it extends further and further out to include more of the three-dimensional reality, still the world. So what we mean by the matrix here is the way that we relate to the world, which, if we start to really examine that for ourselves, is based mostly on some kind of transaction and some kind of strategy. I don't mean it's necessarily malevolent or malicious or manipulative. It's simply the way that the separate self, the self-construct, the me-self has learned, that's conditioning, to operate in order to feel secure, to feel approved of, to feel safe, to feel recognized, and so on. We seek approval, recognition, security, safety. And again, I'm not just talking about our material needs that are fundamental to physiological survival. I'm talking of more on an emotional, psychological level. So we we do set up a sort of bargaining with life itself. Life as it's manifest through our worldly 3D experience, whether that's relationships, whether that's work, whether it's any aspect of life. We set up a kind of bargaining with life. If I do it right, if I'm a good girl or a good boy or a good spiritual seeker or whatever it might be, if I'm worthy enough, then life will give me either what I desire, what I deserve, or the blessings, or the spiritual blessings, or the material blessings maybe, and so on. We start to set up a happy ever after relationship. I'll find my true purpose and be fulfilled, and so on and so on. We set up a whole load of contracts and transactions. We bargain, we beg, and we bully with life itself. In order to get what we think, or what the separate self, the me construct, thinks it needs in order to feel and be whole, to be enough, good enough, whatever. Worthy enough of love, worthy enough of success, worthy enough something. That is the matrix. So it's an inner matrix. What we call conditionings, the matrix of the conditioned mind. That is the prison. That is what we eventually want to be free of, because all that transaction activity, transactional activity, is not only a source of agitation and tension, it's a source of a lack of deeper fulfillment, it's a source of restlessness, and it's the source of a whole plethora of strategies of defendedness. Some of those are very subtle and some of those are more obvious, whether that's the armoring around the heart, whether it's our spiritual myth making about where we're going to get to when we progress on the path, and how perfect life will be, or how perfect I will be. So we create a prison, an illusion. We create veils of perception where we do not see clearly. This is the prison. This is the prison of the self, the me self, the ego self, let's call it, the conditioned mind, the conditioned self. And often we may think that we need to examine that conditioning in order to be free of it. If only I could look at it and find out what my conditioning is, where it's come from, how it manifests, where it was inherited from, and we can go back and back and back and back, yeah, through generations, through all aspects of the human species, development of the human species. But ultimately, it's like a bottomless pit of analysis. And even if we see, okay, that's a conditioned belief or a conditioned thought or a conditioned behavior or a conditioned pattern, yes, this is valuable. But what is the way through? What is the way to dismantle that conditioning? Freedom from conditioning, wherever it has been inherited from, however many generations of belief and patterning has come down, comes to an end in the meeting reality as it is, in the stop, in the meeting what is here in our direct experience without interpretation and without interference. This is the direct way. It cuts through. It cuts through. Yeah. When we are willing to just stop and not react and not follow some impulse, of defendedness or grasping or aversion, when we just stop. It's as if there's a great momentum, energetic momentum that wants to pull you into that. Yeah? But if you stop and hang out here, that unconscious momentum comes undone. It's an energetic experience, not an intellectual experience. Yeah? We could sit here, or you could sit here, and we could start making a list of all the conditioned beliefs and all the strategies and so on. But in the end, that's not the way through. When we stop, it's energetic, it's immediate, it's direct. The momentum of the archaic, ancient, egoic, psychological structure, which we have inherited, yes, as we became, as we evolved into being human, yes, it's part of that evolution. We also developed a sense of self-awareness, or self-reflection, the capacity that I'm here, I'm a separate entity, I have my thoughts and my feelings and so on, and my belief systems and opinions and so on. And now it's becoming a prison individually and collectively. When we stop that whole momentum, it's like it has nowhere to go. It has nowhere to go. So it has to undo itself. It dissolves in the stop, either for a moment or in layers or more permanently. Yeah, it is the undoing of the self-construct, the undoing of the ego self. I am this, I am that, based on interpreting your experience and then interfering with it, controlling it, yeah, bartering with it, bargaining with it. There's interference. When this undoing has the possibility to take place, you may get an insight. Ah, there it is. There's the actual program. I can see it. Or you may have an emotional release. Yeah. Maybe a deeper layer comes up, or some tears, or whatever. Something opens. Yeah. The defended self, both the armoring around the heart and, if you like, the armoring of the mind, the position taking of the mind, yeah, come undone. Yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you like these videos with Amoda Maa, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to be notified of future videos, press the notification bell. It helps Amoda's channel and spreads the message. Thanks again, and see you next time. Bye-bye.